All right, welcome back to the channel, good people. And I wasn't gonna do this, but the way I got on Mark for ditching the press, and then the way I got on Zay for ditching the press, I ain't gonna necessarily get on this dude, but just know that he came out of the shower area, or whatever, and he didn't have a shirt on, and there were a bunch of reporters standing around his locker. And policy is they can't talk to a player unless he's fully dressed. But he decides to keep his shirt off, basically gives the reporters a do sign and dips so they can't talk to him because he's not dressed and leaves. All right, let's get to it. So, this is what we got for you today. PFF has a stat called key plays. And key plays, and I'm going to paraphrase here, it stands for positively graded plays, negatively graded plays, or plays where you're at the point of attack. So he had 21 of those, according to PFF, yesterday. Let's take a look at all 21 of them, and hopefully I can get through this through my little break. But if I can't, I can't. We may have an interruption for a announcement or something, but at this point, it is what it is. If it come through, it come through. You guys just got to hear it. But let's get on 77's case and see what he did, good and bad, versus the Steelers. And I try not to make just strictly 77 videos, but today is warranted that. We all know where he is, right guard. All right, now this is not bad. This is one of the first plays of the game. This is not bad. Does a good job with the double. Tyler Linderbaum comes off to Patrick Queen, and he keeps driving 94 out of there, which makes a big lane for Derrick to come back. So that's not bad. I wish we could do that more often. Mm.
Now, please have Amari Sampson to the front office. Thank you.
See, told you we could get some announcements from time to time once I started. But look at him just get pushed back. Just get rammed back to Derrick. It's crazy. For a man to be that big and get just stood up like that. But let's keep going. Man, that's a freaking DB. And people was telling me about this in the game. I missed this during the game. Man, he's supposed to demolish this dude right here. Look at that little push. That little love tap. And he gonna make the sack. It's crazy. How they sitting there watching this on the clicker over and over? This ain't bad. This one ain't bad. Hands outside though. That's part of the problem right there. Look at the hands outside. Way outside. And he don't try to refit them inside. And because he don't, 94 can do what he did right there. Because he's controlling 77, not 77's controlling him. Now this ain't bad. This ain't bad. Comes off the ball fairly low, as low as he can get. Take care of the defensive tackle and works his way up to second level. That ain't bad. That ain't bad right there. We'll take that. We'll take that. We need this consistently, though. Need this consistently. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Dog. This ain't no, like, this probably ain't 93 A1 move. See what Lamar had to do with? He got to make sugar out of you know what. Let's go to the next one, man. Again, that's where the hands at. Because it started off good, but where are the hands? Outside. And so 94 can kind of do what he wants to him. because his hands outside. He can't get leverage. He's just trying to use his big body and move him, and that shit don't work. You got to play with proper technique, and that's terrible technique. Let's keep going. We gonna do it to him this now. We gonna do it to him for the rest of the year. Now that ain't bad. This ain't bad. Get off. This ain't bad ball. Get off. The fact that he got his body on the other side of that guy, not just turn him back. Just turn him back. Just turn him back. Where are you going? Well, he still got it. He took care of him. He took care of him. Maybe not in the best way possible, but he took care of him. Because he should have just turned back on him. But that little shove right there kind of keeps him from getting on the play side. But still, you want the technique to done right. You want the technique done right. I'm sorry. Now we got Derek and Keaton back there together. Look at that. Again. Where? What are you doing? Like, this is inside zone. This ain't outside zone. This is inside zone. Now, granted, Lindy's eyes should be here too. But you stepping right there. He's stepping there. He's stepping there. He's stepping there. You're running your track. You don't have a person. You're running your track. And it'd be different. It'd be different if 94 stepped across and tried to come down. 94 really just kind of stands up. See? And granted, we get yards out of it, but still. Let's not forget about this guy. I always tell you he worse, but we're going to get to him later on. Still. Neither guard touched a soul, and we got about 8-9 yards. Crazy. It's not a bad down block. It's not a bad down block. Not a lot of movement, but it ain't bad. It ain't bad. Just a lot of other stuff going on that results in Derrick Henry being flipped upside down. The whiff on the kick out. Now 56 ain't get in on the tackle, but still, it's a straight whiff. That's what linemen want. They want to pull around there and knock a dude out. Not this lineman. Not bad. But why both hands are not inside and driving this dude? If you see your hands out, come on, man. Come on, Warhop. And yeah, we get yards, but if he get his hands inside and run this dude up out of here, he don't have the opportunity to get in on this tackle. That means Derrick is out here free in this space with the opportunity to potentially run over 24, or he may even get blocked. Little stuff like this that prevent big plays. It's the details. Minute details that win games. And we're terrible at. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And again, gets cross-faced, which mess up the whole blocking for other folks. And Derrick still gets about 6 yards out of it. And And y'all want Keaton to have to sustain this? Hell, Keaton got hurt running. Much less have to try to find holes behind this O-line. He was out in the open space and got hurt. Now, this right here, this is one of the things where he just will never be good at. Like him trying to get to Patrick Queen on second level, that's damn near impossible. Queen too fast for that. Now, what should have happened was he should have got into 95 with Linderbaum, and then when Queen decided to take that gap, Linderbaum could have came off. But the fact that he trying to cut off Queen right now, he should have just worked with Lindy, and then they'd have worked, and when Queen triggered, Lindy could have came off, and he could have took over 95. But he'll never get the Queen and stuff like that. Never. Never. That's where the physical limitations are on him. What happened? I missed that one. Got a down block. Why you can't get your hands in that spot all the time? So why when you got to move somebody and your hands inside, why you can't do that all the time? And yeah, he fall, but he keeps 91 out of that hole. And other guys make the tackle. He did his job. We just focusing on him right now. Like if you're going to double and you already see this is the double team guy, why would you shove him down there unless you're going to hit both of them? So now Linderbaum, because you're shoving him over, Linderbaum has no chance to cut off 55 because the play is going this way. So all the blocking is going this way as well. But you shoving him down. The only way this works is you shove that down into 55 and Keaton cuts behind it. That's the only way that works. And does not. To see, Linderbaum had leverage he needed. Right now, Linderbaum got the leverage. Look at his hat on that side. Now watch when he shoves it. Now, get all this other stuff out the way. Now his head right there. Now he don't have the leverage. And 55 is in the hole. Let's keep going. Come on, dog. Hands outside. He just pulls him through. Simple stuff. They ain't even breaking out like big time pass rush moves. They just basically hand fighting with him, and he can't even. I don't want to see how Bashad like. Well, he probably don't even care. Okay, that ain't bad. There you go. There you go. Where your hands at though? Oh, look where look where the hands at when he do good stuff. Under the breastplate and shoulder pads, where they supposed to be inside. But the left one ain't, but let me see. Yeah, the left one ain't, but the right one is. What? Bro, come on. The proof is in the pudding. When he gets his hands in the right spot, he can move people. But he don't get his hands in the right spot. Now this is a stalemate. This is, it's a stalemate. Somebody else lost on that, but that's a stalemate. We'll take that. 2 more. And this right here made me so mad. All this damn talking just to do nothing. Oh no, this ain't it. I'm sorry. That ain't this. Maybe it's the next one. Good. Slow burn. Slow burn in on your butt. Hands outside. Look. Hands outside. Look where the hands at. Right there. Because you didn't get them inside. Now he just he dog walking you backwards. Dog walking you backwards. Now this the play that like I knew this was a cluster during the game. Like while Lele pulling, but Darius going that way, unless he's supposed to step and come back. Nobody went with Zay. Lamar's reading either this guy or this guy. He unblocked. This was a cluster from the jump. But hey, since 77 want to pull the loophole stuff and not talk to reporters when they finally want to talk to them, we gonna do our job to highlight all this crap. So I appreciate y'all for coming out. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with me. Find any part of this video, clip it, post it on your socials, because this stuff got to change. Peace, y'all.